Well, yeah, I mean, you could tell the story about how this all came about, and then I can tell people how you dragged me into this web of lies.
Today we're doing the Jeep J10 door glass vent window install. I got my boy over here, Cooper, who's gonna be giving me an extra hand. We're gonna go ahead and get all the mechanisms back into place so we can get the windows and everything else installed. Fresh paint, always detack the tape, just in case. We do not want it to
I saw
pull
you doing
over.
that yesterday. I was like, what are you doing?
We are detacking the tape. That way it sits there, it's enough to stick to what you're doing. But what it does is it doesn't peel paint up. And then I'm gonna put it right here near the danger zone. So glass is gonna go in and hang out in the door. You gotta be very careful not to scratch this stuff.
Yeah.
The vent window's gonna go in next. So I need you to be my eyes on the other side of the cab. Okay, make sure that seal's sitting up. Try that. Just be very careful, don't pry up off the paint. Just swedge it out. Nice job. Slowly negotiate this guy into place. Now, we're gonna go ahead and get the mechanisms.
What do you grease it up with? WD-40?
We use some multi-purpose synthetic grease. Just seems to do better is for the glass to go up and down. So that's gotta be lubricated pretty well. Some of the old cars, if you lubricate it too much, then they start to slide down if they're wore out.
Oh.
So if you over grease it, they can just like fall, but.
Wow.
All right, let's put this thing in. Oh goodness. Come on, there it is. Glass goes in first, vent window, and then I like to just kind of have everything kind of snugged up. Put a nice liberal coating on here, on the inside of the door latch mechanism, so it stays nice and smooth for a long time. Woo! And that has to pop on now. I just gotta do that and then turn it. See how it locked into place?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we want. Nice free movement. It's gonna poke out there. You gotta keep it off the paint.
There you go.
All right, you feel that? Grab it.
Yeah. Got it.
So we're gonna go ahead and set this in the door here. Remember how we were doing this yesterday? So I want you to go ahead and I'm just gonna do the corner, I'm gonna let you do the rest, okay?
Oh, okay.
There you go. Make sure that goes in that corner nice. Next on line, we're gonna put the glass in the track. Hold it right there. Down just a hair. There it is. All right, so now it's in the channel.
Oh, there we go.
So let's go ahead and put that lock rod in.
Do you have the top load plastic piece?
No, it's somewhere. In our pile. Make sure that goes up through the lock hole. Is it there?
Yep.
Okay, just hold it right there. Let it down a hair. Okay, I'm gonna pivot it. Just keep it off the paint. That mechanism, we may need to get the spring for it. And actually, when the customer brought this one in,
Did this not
the
open?
store it kept locking itself because of this. You couldn't get it open because it didn't stay up. You see how it just falls?
Yeah.
It's because that spring's not there holding it anymore. I'll call up my contacts in the Jeep world and see if they have that. And
You have contacts in the Jeep world?
dude, I got contacts all over this planet, son. What's in here?
It's the PDC.
So those need to go down.
Sucker blew me back.
We have brand new suspension, brand new springs and shocks in this truck. Lift it 4 inches. And part of that setup is that we changed our pinion angle so that we wouldn't kill our drive shafts. But now our shocks don't reach, so we're going to load up the truck as if it were fully assembled and see if our shocks reach or if we need to make some custom mounting systems. I've loaded it up. We have 100 pounds of weights in the back plus my anger management, which is 95 pounds.
Plus PT, is an undisclosed weight.
Up here we have 170, 270, 195 plus 270. I already did the math earlier, it's 465. Actually, I'm just that good at math. Plus PT, undisclosed, but we will end up very close to what this truck would weigh once it has transmission, transfer case, drive shafts, bumpers, all the body panels. And so now we can roll it back and forth while PT does the jig on top and try to get the suspension to settle into its happy place and see if those shocks fit.
Whoa.
Think happy place suspension, think happy place.
Hey-ya.
This way. The front is so stiff still, holy folks. Okay.
That motor's shaking an awful lot.
All right, that should be good.
Okay, now we gotta see. Do they line up? See if all my jigging was worth it. Is the truck rolling or am I just like falling?
Nope. I'm
Go
not
figure.
surprised.
How about the parking
It's
brake?
still off like half a bolt hole.
Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Cut this out, screw you,
Have to call the manufacturer
Yeah.
and be like, what's the solution, bruh? Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Hey, Chad.
Hello.
You missed my jig.
He jigged.
Is the jig up?
The jig is up.
We have concluded that the shocks will not go into their original position because of the angle, the pinion angle. We will likely be cutting them off of the axle, re-welding them back on. We have to look at it and assess. That way we can ensure that our shocks are attached to the axle in a very safe manner where they're not going to randomly explode when you hit a bump. If I got a bad nick, I'd just fill it in with some weld and grind it flat. But it looks pretty good. So now we'll switch to a flap disc and knock all these welds down completely flat. Take off the paint where we need to. When you weld through primer, it actually melts, the metal inside the paint melts with the weld, and then it coats everywhere that's being welded to protect it. So when normally you wouldn't be able to like spray primer and then weld over top of it, this you can spray and it'll be protected underneath. Yeah, whoever cuts this didn't do a very good job. Now, we've actually already welded one side on to the proper location. I cut this side off, left this side intact, and after I cut it off, I positioned it so that both sides were the same level and that they're the same distance from the end of the axle. So that allowed me to reposition this one at a new angle while keeping the same inner to outer dimensions and keeping the same vertical angle dimensions. I can now measure off of this one, go into this one, same thing. If you're anyone at all who welds, get these. These are right angle magnets. And what they do is they help you to position any piece of metal at a right angle to another piece of metal. Also, it can do 45 degree with this top. It can also do inside corners and you can do outside corners with this guy here. And that should get me really close to the angle that I need to be. I'll still check it with a digital angle finder. A digital angle finder. And of course, tape measure to check it to the end of the axle tube. This outer edge at the top was 10¼ inches from this axle flange. So I can
It was
just take
10
the-
and an eighth.
10 and an eighth or 10 and a, oh, you're right, it was 10 and an eighth. Thank you, Cooper. Cooper is smarter than I am. So we're too far out right there. Oh, that's too much. Now the viewers at home probably can't tell because my tape measure is worn as frick, but I can see that that is 10 and an eighth. My neck hurts. I'm in pain. Next, we need to check that it is vertical. These will get me 90% of the way. I'm gonna get 100% using a digital angle finder. Zero it out so that, about there. Now, any deviation from this angle, I'll be able to read it on the angle finder. So now I can stick it in a fairly reliable place on here. 0.1 degrees difference from the axle tube. I'm pretty much like dead on level. That's fantastic. The next thing I want to check is the angle of the bracket forward and back. So that is what we actually changed in order to get more distance away from the axle tube. So I tilted this bracket from almost vertical further out. That pushed this mounting hole further out and gave me the room to be able to attach this shock to the mount. And so now I'll want to match this angle with that angle. It's really, really close. Let's see if I can get a little bit better. Okay, 0.3 degrees is essentially nothing. That's going to be the level of imperfection of a piece of dust underneath the magnet. Okay, let me get up. Just need to decollapse my spine. I personally do not like catching my hair on fire. Just gonna throw some thick boy tacks on it, recheck everything, maybe test fit the shock, and if it's good, we'll fully weld it. Oh, that's 10 and an eighth, that's pretty good. And then angle finder, please. Thank you.
Nice. Extraordinaire.
Boom. I'm happy with that. That's ideal.
That's about as happy as you can get.
Honestly, that's the perfection we're looking for here at Tommy Pike Customs. Two things that are crucial to welding itself, Cooper. Getting your settings right, because it's never gonna work if you're not getting your settings right. The other part is you need to be comfortable when you're welding. If you need to reposition, if you need to get a creeper, if you need to lay down, whatever you gotta do to be comfy, do it, because that will get you a lot better result than just trying to quickly bust it out in whatever position. Everything you can do to make yourself happy will make your welds happy. All right, you ready?
There we go.
There we go. All right. So we weren't able to do that before, so that's progress. There's lots of space to the axle tube. So the gap to the mount is pretty small, but on that side we attached it, and we bounced the suspension, moved it through its articulation, and watched that. And the gap actually opens up because as it goes upwards, it's going to kind of spread itself a little bit, and so that is not in danger of contacting at all.
Our grill surround, front fascia thing, whatever you want to call it, for our J10 was in pretty rough shape when it came in. This thing had been in a collision before we started doing any work to it. That kind of made the whole like painting restoration process a little bit more involved, just trying to fix some of that damage. This front piece, since it's so like thin, it's very susceptible to dents. The whole nose and stuff just had little tiny dings and whatever all around it. This corner in particular was completely crunched in. A lot of this was kind of twisted and pushed. I've hammered and dollied most of that shape back in place. I high build primered the whole thing, so that way a lot of those kind of smaller waves and whoops and stuff like that would level out with a little bit of blocking. And then any of the more severe dents, I made sure to make note of them beforehand, just to really point out where, okay, I need glazing putty here, 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 and here. And then once I did the high build primer, kind of sand a little bit, prepped for the putty, put the putty down, and then at this point, I think it's close enough to go ahead and do some sealer, base coat, and clear coat.
I need you to make a scene for me. Lobo gets his hose on first try and is also extremely muscular and attractive at the same time. There's eagles flying in the background, and the back in black is playing. Also, the president's handing me a medal.
Okay, so what we have here is a J10, 1982 J10 mirror. However, we looked online and couldn't find a gasket that matched this shape. So my suspicion is that these are actually aftermarket mirrors that were installed onto these doors, and I probably won't be able to find gaskets for them. Either that or I just wasn't looking for the right thing. Either way, we're just going to make our own. It will help to protect the paint and take up the gap between the mirror and the door, and as well as keep water from getting to the holes and causing them to rust, or the inside of the door and causing things to rust in there. So what I'm going to do is take some tape. And now I can trace this mirror onto this piece of foam. The trick here is I want to be very consistent with how far from the mirror the marker is. So I just have to keep it completely vertical. There we have our mirror shape. All right. Now it'll be completely protected and it'll look dope. You'll be able to see what's behind you. All those haters getting left in the dust. This is edge primer so that these don't rust. So, as you see, instead of just holes in the sheet metal, we have these rib nuts and these machine screws. This is a really reliable way to deal with when you have a hole that has stripped out because of a sheet metal screw just getting rusted and pulling through. So many more threads engaging, so much more surface area on the sheet metal itself. This is one of our favorite ways to fasten anything to sheet metal.
After months of grinding real hard on this Jeep J10, we are so beyond excited to show the customer his Jeep. We're still waiting on that transmission to finish being rebuilt so we can install it, but we couldn't wait. He has no idea. His wife is helping us get him in here. There's gonna be a big surprise. He'll be here in a few days, so we got a lot to do. Let's get cracking.
We've had this in some type of lot or covered for probably 15 years. Talking about what color we're gonna make it or how he's one day gonna start working on one piece at a time, but we have 4 kids, and so we were like, well, we'll get to that eventually.
And this was his grandfather's truck?
It was.
So it's very sentimental. So like paying for storage
Like
for 15 years was a non-issue.
Oh, yeah.
We're just gonna keep storing it until we figure it out.
We'll never get rid of it, yeah. We started dating in high school, so his grandfather was still alive, and we drove this truck then. He's watched your stuff even back before you were on TV when you would do like YouTube videos.
She's one of our 3
and
followers.
stuff.
That's awesome. This is killer.
So he was like, well, I always wanted him to do it, but now I bet you can't even like get in touch with them or get them to answer your email. I'm just a person from Taylor's, and so I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I send an email and nobody answers.
If you don't send it, you don't know.
And so then you answered.
We answered. We happen to like people from
And
Taylor's. I'm from Taylor's.
So then the web of lies just
The
kinda
web of
spun from
lies.
there.
She can at least admit it. He's gonna be like, there's no way you broke down right here.
Guys, I can't believe I pulled this off. How do we keep it a secret? I've kept it a secret since February.
I feel like I'm an expectant father. I'm just waiting for the child to be born over here. You think you can get him to come in here? Like if we tell him we're gonna fix it, just tell him I asked if you guys could just hang out for a minute. Yeah. And I'll be like, well, crap. While they're doing that, I'll show you guys around or whatever. He pulled in. I was talking to your brother-in-law, and I said, well, let me go get Biggin. And your husband walked around, and got back in his truck. So I had your brother-in-law go back out and try to get him to come in.
Okay.
While we're trying to fix it. And then I got to try to get him from the front door to back here. So just
Okay.
everybody assume your positions. There he is. I'm gonna throw up. Dude, his brother-in-law's got to be sick too. Is he getting him? Sweet. I'm Tommy, by the way. I don't know who you guys are.
I know who you are.
Really? What's your name?
Derek Loftus.
I heard that.
Scott Curry.
Scott, nice to meet you. So how do you know me from the Most Wanted? Do you have a minute since you like the show?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you like it because you're smiling.
I don't even know what to say, man.
Well, look, let's do this. Let me show you around here real quick. So this is where we would always meet for the shows, our director, and everybody would sit over here. Tori and John and everybody would sit over here. Let me show you what we got. Oh, yeah, hopefully. Here we go. And then we got this right here. Merry Christmas, brother. I've been hiding this from you for a year.
Oh my God.
Look right here. Look at this right here. The only thing better than this truck you got is that woman right there. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So it ain't quite done, but we're close, and I couldn't stand it anymore. Nor could she. What do you think?
I don't even know what to say.
It's a community effort. Look in the bed, like that thing was, it's
rusted out and pinched and everything else. I don't even want to touch it.
That's okay. We still got to cut and buff it, so don't worry about it.
Holy cow. That's better than I could have ever imagined.
This was the original bumper, and it was so bad, and we got it super close. Had our buddy Charlie pinstripe the tailgate and the front and the engine cover for you.
But
all
it
the
still got
brakes.
that feel, man. It still feels right.
Well, that's the whole point, and that's what I try to be really good at, giving you the best of what you had, but just jazzing it up enough to make it drivable. You know what I mean? There's so many sleepless nights that I couldn't even stand it. This is going to go horribly wrong, and it's not even my fault. I'm trying to help somebody. And that went on for how many months?
Since February.
Since February.
Randomly, I would get off early and be like, I'm sneaking by.
Okay, I'm working late. I'm sorry, bro.
I was working
You know
on...
her better than I do.
I was working on something.
She's sneaky, all right?
And then at one point he was gonna go get, we also have an enclosed trailer at the lot, and recently he decided he was gonna clean it out.
After how many years?
It's been there for a minute. Probably been there a
You can't be
year.
messing our web of lies up. You don't understand.
So I called his brother-in-law and I was like, I need your help. I need you to need something in this enclosed trailer and go get it.
When did he figure this out? Was it just now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So every month or two I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna ride by and check on your truck. And I'll be like, your truck looks great.
Woo, yeah, it's nice over there in the lot.
You wanna look under the hood?
I don't know, dude.
Nothing like a Gen 3 Hemi.
Dude, I don't even know how y'all vision this. This is better than I could have ever dreamed. I mean, just it's like the perfect color.
Couldn't take pay. We had to photograph around this thing just in case he might see our content and be wondering, wow, that's funny. That Jeep looks an awful lot like my Jeep that's sitting on the lot. It's not on the lot. We stole it.
And then the past couple days, he's been searching the house for his Christmas present because he doesn't really like surprises. And I was like, you think I hid your Christmas
Bro, I
present?
really did you dirty this year.
And I said, you think I really hid your Christmas present in this house?
You know where you gonna put this under the tree? And there's very few things that are not from Grandpa's truck. Header panel behind here, I think we had to get a new one. This front bumper was a very nice pre-owned bumper because they make nothing for this
Right, yeah.
truck.
It's you know. I don't even know if I'm just more in shock or. I was speechless. I still am I'm still trying to process it. It's insane. It's better than anything I could have ever dreamed. And you spend years like formulating what you're gonna do in colors and palettes and what engine and then you come in and it's just like better than anything you could have done. It's crazy.
35s, I think we got a 3.5-inch lift.
Tell me that you wouldn't have picked those wheels and tires.
Man, I'm telling you.
When I saw them, I was like,
that's what's crazy is like, I don't even know. I've dreamt about this for a long time and I never in a million years could have made it look this good. Immediately the color contrast was perfect. I'm a fan of black. I take black over chrome, and that's probably a cuss word in the hot rod world, but I just like it. I like the stealthy look, and I think the color just really was like spot on.
What could we have done different for you to make you happier? Anything?
I mean, honestly, I'd drive without seats.
That's what I'm talking about. He's like, I'm good, just give me some goggles. Give me some channel locks for a steering wheel, some goggles, and a milk crate. I'm good to go.
So initially I thought whenever I get done with it, I'll park it and I'll take it out to a show here and there. But now, I mean, come on. How could you keep this in a garage? It's incredible. You want to show everybody.
So that's our story. I don't want to ever do that again like that. And I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
worth it.
Go home and pray and be just, I'm done.
No regrets.
Nerves, I'm done. All right, we did it. High five, Merry Christmas.
High five.
I'm out of here.